First of all, the DOJ decided not to charge Dan Scavino and Mark Meadows, right? They had also been recommended.
By the way,
Congress had recommended that they be charged. And the DOJ, you say, is weaponized. If they're just weaponized, Mark Meadows would be a great guy to take out. Why not just take out Mark Meadows? Their explanation would be that you and Steve Bannon in particular completely flaunted the subpoena. You didn't engage with the committee, unlike Scavino and Meadows, who did, and as a result, that the Attorney General decided not to charge them.
Okay, so first of all, Steve's case and mine are dramatically different. He had an advice and counsel defense. He wasn't in the White House at the time of the event. So that one's irrelevant as to why they charged me versus Mark and Dan. I don't know. We tried to get discovery on that to figure that out when we argued selective prosecution. But one of the things I learned that was frankly frightening to me, Dan, the justice system, I didn't realize that the judges were so important. They wouldn't allow us discovery on that particular issue. One speculation is because Dan and Mark had really good attorneys and I didn't. But this whole notion of me engaging, I engaged immediately and often with that committee. The first thing I said, Dan, was President has invoked executive privilege. That's a fact. Not my privilege to waive. That's unquestionably the law. And please, I'm happy to talk to you. If you go to President Trump as attorney, just get him to waive the privilege. They didn't do that. So when this gets to the Supreme Court, there's going to be a number of questions that need to get settled. Does Congress have the authority to subpoena senior presidential advisors? The answer has been no for more than 200 years. It should be no again. What constitutes a proper invocation of privilege? And that was an issue in my case. And we would argue that the judge, the Democrat judge, violated the constitutional separation of powers by interfering with that. And then the third one is very interesting. There's a lot of case law with the Supreme Court is if I say, okay, I got your subpoena, please go talk to the president about waiving, I will testify. Congress has a constitutional burden to do so. So that's called accommodation. So it's a good case, Dan. I hope people can step back. You got to remember here, Dan, if my case is not dismissed, then as soon as Republicans control all three branches of government, they can put anybody in prison.
But you're conflating putting someone in prison with what happens with a subpoena, which is why I asked the question about Scavino and Meadows, because not only were they not put in prison, they weren't even charged. But let me ask you, you keep talking about the weaponization. I know this has been a big topic. Sure. It's also in your book. And I keep thinking back to a slew of high-profile Democrats, right, recently been raided, investigated, charged by the DOJ under President Biden. This week, hang on one sec. This week, an FBI raid was conducted on the home of a former top aide to New York Governor Kathy Hochul. Last week, senior Senator Robert Menendez convicted on a slew of charges. He's being forced to resign over it. Hunter Biden, Democratic Representative Henry Cuellar charged. Representative Cori Bush and New York City Mayor Eric Adams under investigation. I mean, the list goes on and on. We actually did a count, and there have been more high-profile Democratic leaders, including your prosecution, charged or under investigation than Republicans by this DOJ.
Dan, you're conflating all of those cases of real crime with what I did. I mean,
so look, all the Democrats committed real crimes, but the Republicans all were with weaponization.
Grant me this, okay? It's been the Department of Justice policy for more than 50 years that senior presidential advisors and alter egos of the president have what's called absolute testimonial immunity. And when you receive a subpoena from Congress, your duty is to refuse to do that to protect and honor. Hang on.
That's not that you asked it. It's not my understanding, but yeah.
Oh, you're comparing me to friggin' Menendez? I mean, that guy's like a sociopath and a criminal. And I don't know what Hochul did, but it's probably some kind of corruption. Please don't. All those people, those are corrupt politicians. I'm somebody who went spent 4 months in prison protecting and defending the Constitution. And it took Democrats on all three branches of government, Dan. So don't mix me in with those people. That's just silly.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.